Hello everyone, welcome to CSE Catalyst. In this video, we'll be discussing how to clear the 2025 UPSC CSAT cutoff with ease. On the day of examination, certain things have to be kept in mind, and there's a particular approach by which UPSC CSAT cutoff can be cleared. These are having the right mindset and the way of attempting the questions, leveraging the practice, whatever you have done, the logic and the common sense during while solving the paper. It's very important. After all the knowledge and logic has been exhausted, we can still be continuing the battle using calculated guesses, and at last we'll be discussing how many number of questions to attempt. Now we'll be discussing these in detail. Having right mindset, there is no scope for negativity on that day, and we have to keep in mind that cutoff is constant. It does not vary like the GS paper. Cutoff is only 33% marks out of 200. So solving net 20 to 28 questions is all that is required out of 80. And one more thing, it's a very important thing. Few people, they think that only by solving English or mathematics they can clear CSAT. But what happens is that if in a particular year, if you are only relying on English or mathematics and that particular subject is slightly on a tougher side, then your attempt will go for a toss. So we'll not be taking such chances, and we'll be going after the low hanging fruits in both English as well as mathematics. English in the sense passages. Not letting ego take over your wisdom. Sometimes uh, a few questions are there in which the question seems to be very easy, but it takes up a lot of time, and you feel like you're not able to do such a simple question, and then you take it up on your ego, and then you spend 10 to 15 minutes, even though if you are getting 2.5 in that particular question, that is not worth it, because you will be losing out on some other questions, some easier ones, which is very impractical to do. Okay, again, whatever the baggage you are carrying of the previous failures and all, previous failures in CSAT, that should not be there. Trust your own preparation, not letting the performance of GS paper as well impact on you on your CSAT. Okay, this is about the right mindset. Next, way of attempting. As soon as you get the question paper, just have a quick glance, uh, and you just find out where your strong areas are there, where are the low hanging fruits, and there are a few passages in which there are two three questions that follow, and in some passages only one question follows. So it's better to go with the passages in which two questions are following, okay, which are followed by two questions, because these are confidence builders. Once you in the first round, like you should go after your strong areas and such passages. Okay, for example, in this is a UPSC CSAT 2023 question number set A, question number 31 and 32. After reading one passage, you will be able to solve 31 and 32. So here it says, in India, the segregation of municipal waste at source is rare. Recycling is mostly with the informal sector. More than three-fourths of the municipal budget goes into collection and transportation, which leave very little for processing, resource recovery, and disposal. Where does waste to energy fit into all this? Ideally, it fits into the chain after segregation, collection, recycling, and before getting into the landfill. Which technology is the most appropriate in converting waste to energy depends upon what is in the waste and its calorific value. The biodegradable component of India's municipal solid waste is a little over 50%, and biomethanation offers a major solution for processing. Okay, Based on the above passage, the following assumptions have been made. Collection, processing, and segregation of municipal waste should be with government agencies. There is nowhere mentioned that government agencies have to look after all this. Okay, so easily you are eliminating this one. Resource recovery and recycling require technological inputs that can be best handled by private sector. Have we come across private sector in this one, this passage? No. So this is wrong. This is also wrong. So answer is D. Simple. We are not overthinking. We are going only with what is logical. We are only going with what seems practical. Okay. Second question, 32nd question is about the crux of the passage. Generation of energy from municipal solid waste is inexpensive. There is no mention of expensive or inexpensive as such. Explicit mention of expensiveness is not there. Biomethanation is the most ideal way of generating energy from municipal solid waste. Biomethanation is the most ideal way. Biomethanation, again, biomethanation. Do we see any biomethanation over here? Okay. Segregation of municipal solid waste is the first step in ensuring the success of waste to energy plants. The biodegradable component of India's municipal solid waste is not adequate to provide energy from waste efficiently, effectively. Is not adequate. This tone is negative. Eliminate this one. Generation of energy from municipal solid waste is inexpensive. Explicitly not mentioned. Sorry, we are not going to go with this. Biomethanation. Biomethanation is also again not there. So we are going with this one because waste to energy is mentioned here. Waste to energy is mentioned here. Again, waste to energy is mentioned here. Again, waste is mentioned here. Um, uh, municipal waste, municipal solid waste, municipal solid waste. Okay, so we'll be going with C. Go with the language of the passage, and that is mostly the right answer. Okay, in this one, we are going after building the confidence. These two questions have helped building the confidence of the aspirant. Next, instead of okay, this is also an example. Here you are solving two questions. Here also you are solving two questions, but you are reading only one passage here. You are reading two passages here. So again, this is less rewarding compared to this one. Again, you are taking a risk. What if you don't understand this passage? You are investing so much time and again. So these things should be done in second time, second round. Okay. Okay. Next, the way of solving it. Solving should be serial wise. Serial wise in the sense number wise. Second after third after second, fourth after third, fifth after fourth, like that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and so on. In such a manner, you should be solving the questions. If you are not getting the eighth one, go on to the ninth one after 1.5 to 2 minutes. For example, there is a question like this: how many distinct 8-digit numbers can be formed by rearranging the digits of the number 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4, such that odd digits occupy odd position, even digits occupy even position? This is a 2023 CSAT question. In the examination, all these such questions seem to be very tough, and you won't be able to apply your mind. And we have learned certain formulae. For example, in such a type of questions, these come under arrangements. Okay, in arrangement we will be using factorials. So you have to select four odd numbers and four even numbers, right? And odd digits should occupy odd positions only. For example, one should be here, another one should be here, then 3 should be here, and another 3 should be here. These are the odd ones. Even ones, first 2 should be here, second 2 should be here, third 3 should first 4 should be here, second 4 should be here. Okay, so these are 4 odd ones, these are 4 even ones. So for 4 odd ones, we'll be having 4 factorial divide by, because there is repetition, right? Repetition of 1 2 times is there, repetition. Repetition of 3 is also 2 times. And we will what? Multiply. Same. 4 factorial. Why? Because there are 4 even numbers. 4 factorial upon 2. Why 2? 2 is repeated twice. 4 is also repeated twice. Equals to 36. Okay. If you are able to remember the formula and solve it within 1.5 to 2 minutes, 1.5 to 2 minutes, then you can go ahead. Otherwise, you can skip this one for the time being. Then again come back. Okay. Now, practice. What kind of practice? The best source is the PYQ, especially in the past 3 years. What are the focus areas? Focus areas, the low hanging fruits. Okay. These are also in these areas, you wherever applicable, you have to learn the formula as well. Direction, speed, distance and time, ratio and proportion, number systems, profit and loss, averages, percentage, LCM and HCF, factorials, probability and Venn diagrams. Okay. Also there are other certain, but these are very important. Now let's see how logic or common sense helps us in the examination. Okay. here here it is asking most logical. Okay. Again, here also assumptions. Here UPSC itself is asking you to apply your logic and common sense. Okay. Read the two passages and answer the items that follow the passages. Your answers should be based on passages only. Should be based on passage. Okay. We'll be solving the passage one. This is the 2024 UPSC CSAT question. Today, if we consider cities such as New York, London, and Paris as some of the most iconic cities in the world, it is because plan carrying a heavy systems approach were imposed on these precincts. The backbone of the system theory is the process of translating social, spatial, and cultural desirables into mathematical models using computing, statistics, optimization, and all. Okay, optimization and all, and an algorithmic way of formulating a solving. The early universities of the West, which began to train professionals in planning, spawned some of the most ingenious planners who were experts in these domains. This was because these very subjects were absorbed into the planning curriculum that had its roots in the social sciences, geography, and architecture. This is very important. The last thing, planning in India and its education differ from the West. Okay, last two sentences seem to be very important. Okay, which one of the following statements best reflects the most logical and rational inference that can be made from the passage above? Curriculum of urban planning courses should have diverse and interdisciplinary approach. Here, there is reference to interdisciplinary approach. Social sciences, geography, and architecture. This one. Here also, computing, statistics, optimization, algorithm. Okay, okay. Let's read other options as well. In India, city administration is under bureaucracy which lacks formal training in urban planning and management. There is no direct reference to bureaucracy, and we have to base our answers only on the passages. So, second one is outrightly wrong. In India, the management of urban areas is a local affair with a chronic problem of insufficient funds. There is no mention of direct. There is no direct mention of insufficient funds. Okay. With high density of population and widespread poverty in urban areas, planned development in them is very difficult. High density of population, widespread poverty is again not mentioned. Again not mentioned. We'll be going with A. Based on the above passage, the following assumptions have been made. India needs a new generation of urban professionals with knowledge relevant to modern urban practice. Knowledge, education is there. And people after reading social sciences, geography, architecture, statistics, optimization and all will become professionals. Okay. So again, knowledge is also mentioned. Knowledge, education. Okay. This seems to be correct. Indian universities at present have no capacity or potential to impart training in systems approach. This is a very negative statement and pessimistic statement and negative tone. So this is very wrong. So only A is the right one. Moving on. Again, how options, the PYQs, etc. can help us score better marks in CSAT. For example, if you observe the previous papers, uh, there's a particular, for example, there's a particular type of question in which letters are given and you have to make a pattern. Certain letters will be missing from the middle and those will be given in the options. You have to select the correct option. Such patterns, if you practice the PYQs, you will be having an idea, and during the examination you will be able to solve it quite easily. Okay. This is just one of those examples. Many other examples are there, like the direction one. If you practice the PYQs, you'll be able to solve it in the real time as well, real time conditions. Okay, these will not be solving. Calculated guesses. Calculated guesses in the sense, there's, for example, if there's paucity of time and we are not able to put the pen on the paper, and you have sufficient amount of correct answers in your kitty. So what you can do is that you'll go with the approx value. For example, this question in UPSC CSAT 2024. What is the angle between the minute hand and the hour hand when the clock shows 4:25 hours? 4:25 hours. Okay. Uh, so we know that this is the clock. The clock. And 4:25 is like this, somewhat. 4:25. Okay. And in such type of questions, in angle, where the angle is asked, 15, 20, such options will not be the answers. Generally, these won't be the answers. You can eliminate this one and this one. Now 12.5. 12.5 is 12.5 is very less. Okay. For example, if there is we know that this is 45 degrees, right? This is 45 degrees, right? Now this is one angle, this is one angle, this is 15, 15, 15, so it is 45. Here if there is uh, okay, okay, let's make this one also. This is 3, this is 4, 5, 6, this is 6. Now 4:25, 4:25, how it will be? The minutes hand will be here. The minutes hand will be here. Minutes hand will be here. Minutes hand. And the hours hand will be 4:25, right? Somewhere here. Okay. We know that between 5 and 6 the angle is 15 degrees. And this hours hand moves very slowly compared to the minutes hand. So this arrow will be closer to 4 and this arrow should be closer to 6. So it should be more than 15 degrees. So answer is 17.5. This is helpful only if you do not know the formula. Actually, the proper way to do this question is you have to find out per minute how much the hour hand moves, per minute how much the minute hand moves. Then you have to multiply that with 4 for the hours hand and with 25 for the minutes hand, and then you should subtract, then you will get the answer. But if you have paucity of time, if you do not remember the formula and all, if you do not remember the procedure, this is how you can use the calculated guess. Okay. Next, number of questions to attempt. At least 50 questions should be attempted in any case, because if you are attempting 27 to 28 questions, it is very risky, and your chances of clearing it will be very low. Because if you think that all your 27 questions are correct and you have not even touched one negative, and you should be getting 27 into 2.5 and you are clearing CSAT cutoff. And if by chance 4 or 5 questions the answer is varying compared to the UPSC, between UPSC paper and you, if there is a 4 or 5 questions variation, then you are out of the race. So it is safe to have 50 plus questions answered. Okay, so that's it in today's video. Thank you all for watching.